Man, I miss motorcycle riding. It's not been a very long winter per se here. It's barely had winter at all compared to what it's usually like here in South Dakota. But something about getting back on the old steel horse here just gets me motivated for the spring, man. I cannot wait to get back out on the road. I got a tour pack. It's in the garage right now. This is actually the only time that I've ever rode this motorcycle without panniers, as they call them in Europe. My saddlebags are taken off right now. I had a little bit of difficulty trying to get the mounting kit for the Advent Black tour pack and everything, so they're sending me some extra washers right now for whatever reason. Either I lost one or they only sent me 3. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it's probably me losing one, to be fair. Just a little bit of difficulty. Their diagram didn't seem to want to work for me, but I do think I got it figured out. So stay tuned on the video of how or if we got the tour pack mounted. I've seen it done before on the internet. There we go, snow in the crease. That's what we want to see, huh? Usually at this point in time, it is January 25th, as you can see. And usually at this point in time here in South Dakota, it is much too cold to even sit on your motorcycle in the garage. And the fact that it's like 60 degrees outside today, my dad and I, we just couldn't pass it up. We had to get out here and get on the bikes. Just so happened to have the cameras charged, and we're gonna go through this Spring Creek Road. We're gonna hit up the what's it called? A certain road here in Rapid City. It's Skyline Drive. And then we're heading to the Harley Davidson dealership. Harley just released the 2024 video. I have already posted my reaction to that, Dawn of the New Era, and I just absolutely love it. It looks like Harley Davidson did such an amazing job on the videography and just putting those elements together for the reveal of the CVO models this year. My breath is so hot that I've got to like crack my helmet, otherwise I'm getting foggy. My dad's not even wearing a helmet. It's crazy. Homeboy's got to have freaking brain freeze. We saw a guy on the motorcycle this morning. It looked like he was packed up for a long distance ride, and it was 28 degrees. Earlier I saw somebody riding and it was 6 degrees outside, ice on the road, and it was snowing, wind going crazy, and a homie was on a crotch rocket. I am a fair weather rider, I'll admit it. If it's crazy outside, I'm not gonna voluntarily leave on my motorcycle. I will ride through weather if I'm on a long distance trip. I'm not gonna complain about it, but I'm not gonna voluntarily just go outside when it's 6 degrees and snowing on a motorcycle. Like, no, that's how you take a 4-wheel drive vehicle, my friend. Not a freaking motorcycle. You don't go outside without, here in South Dakota, this is the kind of place that people usually have like emergency packs in their vehicles for this time of year. People don't go outside without, boots and snow pants and maybe a jacket or candles, a little bit of food in their car, just in case they get stuck in a snowbank. That's how serious the temperatures can be here in the Dakotas. But as global warming exists, and we no longer have winter, so that's a nice thing to look forward to. We're basically Florida now. Had a huge hawk dive like right in front of me not too long ago. I didn't get it on camera, unfortunately. Man, it feels good to be riding. Hearing the motorcycle start up for the first time, oh God, it felt good. Woo! Sometimes you gotta let the dragon fly, baby. Woo! Golly, I love motorcycles. I'm not sure if I've ever really rode a motorcycle in January. I'll have to look back at my videos last year. I think it was close to like March when I had my first ride last year. So it was super exciting. Over we got? A fellow rider. We got a mopeder or an on-off road. I hope we catch up to them. Oh, there they are. That guy's doing us no favors. Oh, not sure if I just got scared about leaning or if I was actually burning out right there on like the smallest little bit of gravel. So, which brings us to the point of the dangers of riding in the weather up here. The dangers of riding in South Dakota at this time of year is they go out and they spray stuff on the roads. Not only like a sodium nitrate, like magnesium nitrate spray to help dissolve the ice, but they also do like sand and gravel. And if they don't have time, like, you know, to get out there and use like a street sweeper or something like that, you could definitely face a little slippage. So that's one thing to be real careful about if you're riding this time of the year in the Midwest. I can't imagine that it's limited to the Dakotas. Because anywhere up here where we're apt to get snowstorms and they take big freaking snow plows around with wind or with sand. Oh, there's one now. Look, perfect. And then it's like dispensed sand right out of the back. Maybe that guy was just a dump truck for a construction site, but that's what they look. So let me know in the comments below. Have you gotten a ride in this year? Have you gotten a ride in this year yet? Do you get to ride all year in the area that you live in, or are you like me? Do you live up here in the north? Is it usually frozen at this time of year? What's your typical first ride date? Do you guys believe in global warming? I can remember long ago, I moved to South Dakota in '97. When we came here, my family was all packed up in a Four Winds RV, and the snow was above the roof of the RV. We were going through like single lane tunnels to get to the Super 8 hotel in town, and that was the year we moved to Sturgis, and my dad took care of the ROTC program at the high school there. If you guys saw the news recently, if you ever check out motorcycle news, there was a person going from Colorado Springs to Denver in 20 minutes. That is insanity on a motorcycle, on a crotch rocket. And yeah, obviously they're trying to arrest him. I can't even imagine what kind of speeds he was sitting up to. So this is the backside entrance to, or the top side entrance I should say, to a road that's called Skyline Drive in Rapid City, South Dakota. So if you ever have the chance, it's just a real cute road that goes right in the heart of town, but it does have a couple little twisties and turns. It has like a couple real nice scenic overlook pull-offs and whatnot that you can stop and check it out. So beautiful place to stop to get a couple photos of your motorcycle, photos of the Black Hills without getting real deep into it. You still have like lunch options and whatnot. It's a lot of local riders. Definitely check it out. Especially if it's something you want to get a ride in, but you don't have a lot of time. You know, like my dad was saying, hey, well, why don't we go to Angostura? And I was like, Angostura, dude? Like that's like 45 minutes out there in one direction, and like just seriously a straight line. And you wouldn't have made for very much interesting content, I can tell you that. Please do not hit me, Van. Thank you, Van. Yes. Laugh because you smoked the weed in the van there. Hey, people are dying to get in this place. You have to kind of wonder every time you see a cemetery, how long is it going to be until no one remembers their name? One thing I always think about is how long, it can't be a good process that we're doing with the dead bodies, filling them full of chemicals, putting them in the ground. Like, we got to think about something a little bit more natural, I think. Oh, it's the fuzz, bro. It's the fuzz. I don't know if I was speeding or not, man. I guess we'll fucking deal with that when we get there. Hell yeah. Tell you one thing, those guys in that van back there are gonna have a problem. 25, alright. Probably a good thing considering you never know if there's gonna be ice, dirt, debris, snow, some person running across the dog. All possible. Trying to make sure. Okay, so saw me blinking. Oh, what's up, Hawk? Yes, buddy. Just floating on this wind current. There's a soft wind current just coming right up this hillside. He's just riding the wave, baby. How sweet is that? Back in the day, nobody lived on this hill. Now it's turned into like a very wealthy subdivision almost up here. Yes, we have the rain. We have the wet road here. Be very careful. Shouldn't be that bad. And this is what I'm talking about. Just absolutely gorgeous. Wow. It's days like this that make me really feel grateful for living in the Black Hills, you know. It's cold on my fingertips. Everywhere else I'm rather warm. Rather comfortable. You can see Canyon Lake way out there in the distance. Wow. Try to let this FedEx drive. See this dirt on the road, man? That's the stuff that you really got to be worried about. My dad, not so much, but me, I gotta be worried about that kind of stuff. You be pushing too hard into a lean up here and just hit this. You know, it's not much. It's like I just back there's a little bit more, maybe close to a quarter inch, maybe a little less than that. Just like a pile of sediment on the ground. That can be crucial for a motorcycle. I've tried to find the clip. I got so much footage when I went to Colorado. I almost wiped out on like a little sand washout that came across the road. It got really crazy on me when I was going up Pikes Peak, and it washed across the road this little bit of sand, and I just came around the corner and didn't quite see it and hit that, and it washed out my front side of my tire, and I was like, oh shit. Really almost went down. I'll tell you what, it takes you a little bit of time to get used to the feeling of your tire, especially going on a slant. I was trying to do the old press to lean when I was going slow right there, and it made me, because of the angle of the slant, that wasn't doing nothing. I really had to turn my handlebars, and it just made me it really didn't make me nervous. I just noticed it right away. It was just like a different feel of when you have to turn your handlebars sometimes, right? My fingies are getting a little chill. You know, as kids growing up here, I used to hear stories about people climbing these towers, and I wouldn't do that for money today. You know, I suppose those guys have like harnesses and stuff and whatnot, but hell no. Look at that. You think you're gonna climb up that? I don't think so. Dude, I couldn't imagine the wind shear coming off this. The prairie is as far as you can see, and the wind just comes barreling down, dude, and it hits this hill and goes straight up it for sure. This is the other real careful corner. Oh, yeah, just like that. It made me nervous to lean that hard on my right side. Was it something to be nervous about? Not necessarily. It was more just like, you forget what your motorcycle feels like. I'm more comfortable leaning to my left side than I am to my right side. So, to be expected, I suppose. There we go. We got to practice it. it leans just fine to that side. Well, that'll be cool. Look at this biker and a runner. A biker and a runner. Yeah, thinking about these tight hairpin turns, they make me think about Pikes Peak. Here we go, baby. I'm gonna have to stop down here and warm my hands up. It's officially chilly for me.
How's that feel?
No.
Keep going.
The seat right here?
Uh-huh.
No.
You didn't feel comfortable with you?
No.
This thing is designed to like shadow the race bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
You look at it has the progressive shocks in the back, and it has a racetrack mode. You gotta sit back more in it, you know? You gotta sit back more in it. It really is like the extent of my arm length. Yeah. I'd like to take it on a test ride though, that's for sure. Do you think they'll get mad if I start it?
But people didn't want to go out.
Goes into
Let's listen
As rain
to
mode.
Van Jones, Obama
Rain mode,
advisor.
road mode,
This
sport
is
mode, but
his
it also
advice to
has
Joe Biden
racetrack mode.
for the campaign.
If I were Biden,
Well, you know, I like mine, but I wish now, because this,
In case you wanted the passenger.
yeah, it gives more for that. And it's got the Trump plus shirt thing here, you know.